Well, Ozzy's brightening up the day, but it's gloomy out. No worries. We got Duncan, we got the Tin Man. We're ready to go. All right. There's some stuff happening. Other than opening up the shop. Giuseppe's moving his stuff in. We got all kinds of goodies. How you doing? Thanks for tuning in. Welcome back to the channel. I'm Jimmy. We're about to make it work. We're going to spend a day in the life of a flat rate mechanic. It's been raining. We got lots of rain happening. In general, you don't like stuff getting wet, but we haven't had rain in a while. It's been pretty dry. The grass is dying all over the place. So we got some much needed H2O. Dihydrogen oxide. Hope you're having some nice weather where you're at. 65 degrees. Going to be probably in the 70s today for us. Looking forward to it. Joe's on vacation this week. The other Joe, who I call Giuseppe because that's his real name, is going to be a mechanic starting today. And Ryan is going to be the full-time service manager starting today. We got a lot going on around here. We got the Mustang parts coming for the brake system. We're going to fix the brakes on it. We took the hood for paint. Silverado to finish up from last week. We did brakes and some heater hoses and wiper motor and fixed some wiring on that last week. I was pretty frustrated, so that video was a little odd. I apologize for that. I didn't really even want to film it at all. I just left the camera on and let it roll. But it ended up being a 50-hour week, so it wasn't a total loss. I know one thing. We're going to find a way to make it interesting. Drama, mystery, intrigue, suspense, thrilling action like you've never seen before on YouTube. We're going to learn things and have fun, that's for sure. Let's finish getting this place open up, stop horsing around, and get to work. What do you say? Stay tuned. Personally, these lights are pretty inexpensive. I've replaced them. Like a lot of things, not up to me. But this one has water in it, see? So, that's all right. Quick hour. We'll go ahead and knock it out and make them shiny. And see how it looks. Oh, look. Something about a module on a BMW. Oh, this is Jace's job. He's giving me your work.
That's what I'd like to do is code.
I said, you know, this thing has 4 headlights. I said, okay, 2 hours. A little glass cleaner, lubrication. 500. Ooh, that's aggressive. Real quick. This is a soft pad, so you don't dig. I'm looking for edges of clear that haven't been sanded off, but I think these have already been done. Try to step too far up in grits, it just takes that much longer. You save time by going through all the proper grit steps, because each one sands the scratches from the previous sanding pad a little bit quicker than if you skipped a couple. Like if I went right to 3000, it would take forever to get those scratches out of there. As you go finer in the grit of the paper, it starts to look like you're polishing a little bit at a time. You get to the 3000, you'll be like, man, it's really not that cloudy anymore. That's when it'll polish up real easy compared to if you try to do it too soon. Next step. Don't even need to polish it, right? Yeah, we do. Put this on there, that's what happens. They're not exaggerating at all. Advertisers never exaggerate. Your hamburger looks exactly like the ad. Your sub looks just like the ad. Your pizza. If they show you the exact product you're going to get, they wouldn't get to see the disappointment on your face. I guess. I'm going to do it by hand. As good as it's going to get, baby. Just got to get the tape off of there. That isn't like a brand new truck, nothing is. Last week we did the heater hoses, which went over to here. I put coolant in it. We did the wipers. I don't think I filmed all of. I've had to fix a couple wires, some Ice 8. We did the front brakes. The rotors were. I cut down the 30 minutes I spent getting the rotors loose to about a minute and a half in the video, I think. But we got to align it now. That's basically what I'm getting to. I got to run it, make sure there's no air in it, and do a wheel alignment, which hopefully is just setting the toe, but we'll see. I think we're going to have quite a bit of toe in. Uh-oh. 1500, no quadra steer, luckily. I forgot they had that back in the day. Thought that was a new thing. This here is a regular 1500. Automatically locking my turn plates. Where'd my mouse go? Did you see it? There it is. Alright. Now, I'm thinking it's going to be really mad about the toe. It looks like it's pretty extreme. So it's going to make me align it so I can align it. Sometimes you do front end work, it happens. Sometimes I get them spot on. Look how nice the headlights look in the mirror. Never gonna walk the line, for she's the kind of trouble that I don't mind. Kind of trouble I don't mind. Oh yeah, look at that. It's really mad. Let's get the toe close. What do you say? Let's go to the other side to get the rest of it, I think. Oh, I tightened that really good. Jeez Louise. You'd think I wasn't even going to align it, right? Now, where was I before I was struggling to get that loose? New tie rod ends on the inside? Oh boy, they're tight. It's like a bushing or a ball joint kind of thing. They start off really tight. Within 1,000 miles or so, they free up a little bit. And depending on where they were made, at 10,000 miles, they wore out again. Doggy. Look how far I was off. It's like I didn't even care. Last week I was such a big crybaby about this whole thing. I looked in the labor guide. It says 1.2 for one inner tie rod end. I got 1 hour for both sides. So I don't know what happened. But it made me sad. Now I made myself more alignment work because I was sad about how much time I got. I made it take more time. Sounds rational, but it did at the moment. He's not the cheating kind. Ooh. Straight. Oh, we got a little work to do. That's all right. We can handle it. Oh boy. We got a little negative camber, which means that right front tire is just, I mean, not that much. It makes it look exaggerated in the picture, but if we got to stand it up, we might as well add a little caster. I'd like to see, even though it's green, I'd like to see this a little higher than the left side, because the crown in the road makes them go to the right. So you want this, the caster, a little higher on the right side, because it favors the side with the least amount of caster. What happens is weight jacking, where the ball joints are located, the weight of the car pulls it back. So if one's straighter than the other, it pulls it back less. So the side with it pulled back more is the side that will favor with the more caster. So that's why you always want the left side the same or a tenth or so lower. Camber, same thing, but the opposite. It goes to the side with the most camber. So this will go left because of the camber and right because of the caster. So, but the difference in camber is higher. So this truck will go a little bit to the right, not horrendous, pretty forgiving. Anyway, what I'm getting to is, I have to adjust this front arm. I took the lock out. These have a little plastic lock in the slide. I already broke that out while I was doing the tie rod ends in case I had to move it. So if I do the front one, it will bring the arm out, straighten up the camber, and it will move the ball joint back to add a little caster. It should be perfect, right? That's the theory. And he's got his radio out there, huh? Cool. Look at it, it's a little rusty, but I'm not gonna let that stop me. I think it's a 22. On the other side as well. Sometimes you gotta take the weight off of them. Feels like when I turn it, it turns, and then as soon as I relax, it goes back. So the weight's going to be a little bit of a factor, but we'll see. I'll give it a couple of tries. If it gives me more trouble, I'll jack up the front end. Yep, let me get 21. Yeah, I'm gonna jack it up. What you do is go in the machine. You tell it you want to jack it up. Yeah. Jack up selected axle. Now I jack it and I tell it I jacked it, and then it resets everything to kind of give me a ballpark where I'm at. We do our adjustment, take our best guess, and then unjack it and tell it we did that. They make a tool that you grab the cams with like a socket that fits over them and turn them with that. I don't have the tool because I don't do enough alignments to buy it. Got a little bit of a bite. Really short 21. If I loosen the bolt enough, I can turn it pretty easy now. We've gotten some improvement, but I need a little more. Grab bar helped, but I got it a little too far. I still didn't get my camber where I wanted it, so now I'm gonna turn the other one as well. So I went past where I wanted the caster. I'm going to turn this one too, and then we'll get the rear of the arm to go out, so we'll take away some caster and bring in more positive camber. I want to get the camber close and the caster. that contraption for 21 swivel. That should be close. I got to resweep the caster, of course, see where it really is. That's just telling me about. I'm going to let it down and do that. Once I let it down, then I tell it it's ready again. Move the toe when I move the caster and camber, of course. So we'll get this close, and then we'll go down and sweep the caster again. And hopefully, it's good. Oh boy, if it stays like that, it's going to be good. Now it says, hey, you just reswept the caster. You want to overwrite the measurements you had? And I go, no. And we got about a half a degree of caster variation and 3/10 camber. I'm going to live with that because I got a lot of time in it. It pays 1 hour. And I'm over an hour already. That tells me set the toe on this side. I'll probably bump this out a little bit just so I feel good about it. And we'll call it done. All right, wheel straight. Toe is perfect. Don't worry about the camber. Caster, I mean. It rolls a little bit. We take the brake off. Used car dealer says customers complaining their engine's ticking. But then it says in the dash, not for sale. I don't think the customer owns it yet. I don't hear any ticking. 2019 Mazda with 107,000 miles. Good looking car. It's got the right color. It's quiet as a mouse. I'm not sure what you're talking about, but I'm gonna check the oil, stuff like that. They don't want any vehicle inspections done either, so quick and easy. Quick and easy. Brand new and just a whisker under a filter. I'm going to say that's a sufficient amount of engine non-destruction fluid. Definitely not hearing any engine noise. Yes, it is running right now. And it had a couple codes for grille shutter and tire pressure and stuff. I guess has been corrected. They were all history. I cleared them out. I'm cool like that. I don't see anything wrong with this car, so let's see if there's something else to do. I think that's the shifter from the salvage for the other OK cars. So maybe I'll pop that in. We'll see. I'm going to check with them and see what they want to do next. Because they keep bringing me parts, and then they bring me a ticket for another car. I don't know what I'm going to get a sense of direction. Man, we had some rain yesterday. Knocked all the little leaves that are barely hanging on for fall. We got the shifter for this thing. We're going to do that. The guy that owns this Prius. That's funny. I don't know why. I don't know what it is with salesmen. Maybe you guys know. You tell me. It's like a competition they have. I think that they want to change people's minds and convince them of things, which honestly some people will change their minds, but most people you're just gonna piss them off. And this guy with the Prius, $700 for a fuel pump. I could buy it for $400 online. Like, well, you gotta buy a quality part. I'm buying a quality part. You guys are getting ripped off. You're not gonna rip me off. How much labor? Oh, I could do that myself. And I'm like, why? He came in wanting a fuel pump, and we said, why do you want a fuel pump? It doesn't have enough power. It's a Prius. He's like, you're gonna have to work with me on the labor, and that's way too much money. I can get that fuel pump for $400. I'll bring you the part unless you can discount what you're getting. And, you know, I'm just like, here's your keys. Thanks for coming by. Have a nice day. I don't understand why they waste their time. They think they're gonna talk him into it. You know, he can fix it himself for $400, and we're giving him a $1,400 estimate. It's a waste of time. That $1,000 difference, it's too big of a gap. It's not going to happen. Someone doesn't want you to make any money. Move on. Go to the next fiasco, I mean repair, like this one. Let me, I don't know, what do you guys think? Should you bend over backwards when someone doesn't want to spend any money to meet their demands? Or should you move on to the customers that'll let you stay in business? Let's get the part and get this back together so they can have this back. All the time I spent discombobulating that shifter thingamajig, I didn't need to. And see, it's gray, the connector, just like the one we took out. So I'm gonna hook the shifter cable in here. I drove it in just by shifting it like the shifter does. Why can't the customer do that? What the heck? I'm gonna see whichever shifter. Oh, this shifter knob the salvage yard came with is better. Look at that, man. We're making a hell of an improvement. This car is gonna be nice. I gotta pop this clip, get this off to put all the accoutrements back on anyway. So first I'm gonna snap this in place. 4 10mm bolts. That's on, that's on. This sits down as a pin in the front to line everything up nice. 4 special shifter bolts, 10mm. Transmission manipulator. We're gonna plug it in too, might as well, huh? Look at that. Hope the park switch is good in this one. It's a common failure in them, so we'll see. You know what? I'm gonna bolt it in first. I'm feeling optimistic because things always go so smoothly lately. I'm all over this. Get these people. This is a new commercial account. The OK Cars folks. The cars that they brought so far are all in pretty decent shape. A little bit of mileage. This too's got 100 and something thousand miles on it, but that's the only way you can get a car under $15,000 nowadays. But to me, I'd spend the extra money and get one with much lower miles. I know it's hard to absorb that extra $80 a month in a payment or whatever, but boy, if you don't have some money in the bank for repairs, the extended warranty isn't going to help you either. That tends to just lighten your pocket. Trust me, if they were going to help you with their extended warranty, they wouldn't sell it because they would lose money. They do not plan to sell you an extended warranty and lose money. A few lucky people here and there they'll do the repairs for, and they'll decline everyone else for some reason or another, and it's just a real shady thing to do. Not a fan of that industry at all, you can tell. Pocket screwdriver, pop that clip out. Look how nice that is. It's not peeling off at all like the original one. Connector for the cigarette lighter. I got to drop this shifter housing kind of back in place a little bit, get these harnesses plugged in. 3 connectors, one in a lighter, the others go to these random pieces. I believe the shifter cover gets the other 2, but this goes in something too here. I'm not sure. I don't remember pulling that out, but we'll figure it out. It does have the coffee spill deflector on the airbag module. That's cool, and it needs it too. See, the detailers don't clean between the console and the seat. Silly. It's too much work. They probably pay them like half an hour to detail a car. I bet you. Oh, this is the shift lock that you push when you have a problem with your solenoid, by the way. So I got to push this and push that, and I'll be able to take it out of gear. But I still need 2 hands. I think. There it is. I don't know what that stuff is. It's gross though. I don't really want to touch it a whole bunch. More than I already have. Yeah, I should be able to reach with my connectors to some degree. There it goes. Oh yeah. That's nice. I'm gonna say it goes underneath and pops into this little hole here. There's a couple of holes for that harness clips. I think that's how it goes. I know that's how the cigarette lighter plugs in. Some screws in the front here, just got to go a little more forward. Oh, there's screws right there too. Okay. Cup holder, looks like it gets these 2 electrical connectors. What's that connector? Oh, you know what? That must go forward to the front somewhere. This will come back to me eventually. I think the side pieces go on like this. Go down to some little snaps here, and then that screw holds in the front. I think the electrical connector plugs in the front of this. I mean, these things are nasty. I wish if the job paid enough, I would clean all this stuff up. It's nasty. But since I already got like 2 hours in an hour and a half job, it's not motivational to make you want to go the extra mile. That's a sad thing, but that's all right. We're going to be okay. We are going to make it work. At least I hope we are. Well, if you think about it, this would have to plug into the shifter somewhere, because otherwise how would it know what gear you're in, right? I'm gonna have to get this under here, I think, before plugging this harness. There you go. Trying to wind up in the slots before I start hammering stuff. There you go. This goes here. It's an extra mat on top of the mat, so it's removable if you make a spill. This, I'm going to click onto the shifter. Clicks onto that. Now, we'll try it out. Hang on. Park, reverse, neutral, drive. That is nice. We can get rid of this sign. This vehicle is now for sale. 126,000 mile Nissan Rogue. If that doesn't make you nervous, this is the car for you. Alright, this one is done. D-U-N, done. I know one thing. My glaucoma treatment is set for the day. My rabies shot, however, is going to need to be updated. Holy moly, man. This car's here because his headlights don't work. He's completely baffled as to why they stopped working. He didn't say anything about the parking lights. Or the accident. So, he said, I want my headlights working. I don't care what it costs. So I told the guys up front, let's take it over to the body shop and get them to fix it up. They didn't want to do that. So, we'll see if we can patch up the wiring and stuff. We'll see exactly what happened. Give it a love rating of 2. And off we go. Jimmy, before you get too deep in that Kia, this customer with this Nissan is waiting. He's got a coolant leak. He thinks it's near the radiator. It's not near the radiator. Someone's done a clutch and a fan belt, and they got custom spacers on the cool belt tensioner apparatus. And it's leaking from under the intake. Most likely like a freeze plug or a small hose rupture or a crack in the block. You know, something like that. Have to lift it up somewhere. Oh, there's some things going on with the alternator tensioner too. Let's move it on to the drive on and see if we can see something from underneath. Well, looks like it's leaking out of this adapter on the timing cover, whatever that's for. I would say it was some kind of oil pump, but I'm not sure. Or would it have coolant in it? Huh. Interesting. Some of you Nissan experts now. I'm going to see if I can find something above it. Yeah, it's pretty dry above it. Well, someone's put a water pump in it already. but that doesn't mean it's not leaking. I've seen them leak. Looks like there's a crack in the timing cover. I don't know if I'll be able to show you. Let's see. I lost it when I picked you up. Did it show up? Looks like there's a crack underneath the water pump and above this oil pump. So this is how we do it. Fixed it. All I did was wiggle the connector and it came on. Now it doesn't shut out. Shut off. That's the word I meant. Huh. This is the connector I touched. Nothing's burned. Let's see what the headlight side of that connector looks like. See, that second one over looks a little dark. That's probably the connection issue. Has nothing to do with the accident. Who expected that? I think this has been changed. Not bolted in. I didn't do that. Or a bolt's broken. In any event, we got it to work. Yep. That pin in the headlight assembly must have an issue. Because I jiggle it now, I can't get it to work at all. So you probably have to replace the headlight to get that connector. And that pin being discolored means it got hot. Bad connection. That was easy. Ooh, she's a cream puff. 2006 Toyota Solara. Got some dents here and there, a couple little dings, but super nice car. 120,000 miles. Customer says my transmission's broken, it won't go. But it sounds like an axle to me, and the tow truck driver mentioned he thinks it might be an axle. And if a tow truck driver thinks that's what's wrong, we know that's what's wrong. Pretty nice car, really. You know, like a 7, maybe an 8. What do you think? Let's get the lift under it. See if we can see a broken axle or something. You put it in park, it still rolls. You put it in gear, it goes just like that. I'm not going to make that noise again. Well, it needs some tars. That axle, no bueno. This axle, even less bueno. Not supposed to do that. Yeah. All the tires are bald and the axles are bald, like me. I need some work too. Nothing wrong with that. Let me let them know up front and see if we get some work today. So far, we're just backing them out like mad. Well, I am told the axials are on their way. We're going to do them both. This one hasn't broke yet, but it's really anxious to. And this one, total snap-hooey. See the pieces hanging out at the bottom? At some point, you think you're going to just keep driving it. Ah, you mechanics are thieves. I'm not buying no stinking axle. I made a short about it. But in reality, eventually, that's what's going to happen. And then you add towing to the repair. This has cool 12-point nuts. So we'll get a socket for it. If I was going to put these axles back in, if I was doing a different repair, I would try to peen this up with a punch, because it could damage the threads of the axle. But since we're changing them, it doesn't matter. Sometimes they pop right out. Sometimes you need to persuade them. Again, don't hammer them when the threads come all the way out unless you're replacing them. Gravity check. I was editing my videos this weekend and I was like, man, my head's in the shot way too much. Gotta fix that. That's right. We'll win that fight. I'm a power load. Watch me explode. I don't think they're even going to be here for. I think one axle's coming today, one in the morning. I'm going to take them both out anyway. It might look hacked, but don't worry, we'll get it. Ooh. We got I think Giuseppe borrowed Omar's radio. He's going to play loud music, I guess, but we'll adapt. That's what we do. Eyes and ears, people. Fixing to get loud again. Bearing's a little frozen in the bracket. We got something for that, I think. Watch yourself. Don't pinch your fingers in there. Might have to soak it a couple of times, try to get cooperation. Give that 5 minutes to soak. Take a smoke break. Even though we don't smoke, you get a break just like people that do, right? Brought you back just in time. I didn't make you watch the whole 15 minutes. That's because I care about you guys. I don't want you to be sad. That piece came out separate. That's not supposed to be like that. The other side's the easy way. That's what it's supposed to look like. These clips pop right off if you're forceful and you don't ask. You just tell it, they'll go. You know what I mean? Now, let's see if we can get it back in there. Should be nothing but a thing, I hope. You guys know be gentle on that seal in the transmission, right? Okay. Just saying. Gentle. There you go. I didn't expect it to be that easy. Needs just a little tap. I put the old spindle nut, the old axle nut in there. Get that last little bit so the snap ring will fit back in. Now, I want to get this guy. See him up there? All the way, you'll be able to turn it a little bit without it popping back out like that. I can get my S hook, but these usually, probably shouldn't say it, but they usually go together pretty easy, so you don't have to get your S hook to it. your pry bar might be in the way a little. But I knew I should have said it, but you know, like a challenge. Ain't scared. Now I just feel compelled to win at all costs. You know, a lesser man would have just gone and get the proper tool. But I'm not built that way. Stubbornness, that's how I'm built. If I decide I'm going to do it some way, all bets are off. Because I'm going to give it everything I got. And if I can't get it, then I'll give in. And I fought it, and I've tried not to do that kind of stuff, but it doesn't work long term. You just gotta be who you are. Don't forget, you gotta put your pinch bolt in. It has a little plastic dealio. It's designed to press on the bearing in case the snap ring comes out or something, I guess. Put the axle nut in. I don't think we get any other axle till the morning, but that's all right. We'll have one side completely done. It'll take 15-20 minutes to put that side back together. Boom. Let's put it this way. It pays 3 times what those inner tie rod ends paid, and it'll take 1/3 of the amount of time. Who can explain that? Anybody in the comments explain that for me? Something else we noticed while we were in here. Problem solved. Hey Jimmy, while you're waiting on the other axle, why don't you take a look at this Honda Element? 2010, 161,000 miles on this poor thing. There's some stuff going on, but it also doesn't run very good, they said, especially when it rains and when you're first starting off or going up a hill. Sounds like a coil to me, but we'll see. PGMFI dose codes. That's 2 for those of you who aren't bilingual. We're going to finish this topology deal. Taking forever, but a lot are not equipped. I wish there was a way they could have the VIN come from a data center that lets them know it's only going to have up to 10 modules or 12 modules or 4 modules. Save a lot of time, but I guess the technology's not that good yet. Maybe once AI is scanning cars for codes, we'll be able to do that. We'll see what these 2 ECM codes are when it's done dancing. It's taking a second to finish off. Alright, finally the report has been sent to the important people up front. The codes we have to deal with are rocker arm oil pressure switch circuit low voltage, rocker arm oil pressure switch circuit low voltage, temporary and current, battery voltage failure, battery voltage high, ECM PCM relation failure, tire low pressure, low pressure, low pressure, low pressure, sensor transmission failure, abnormal signal reception error. Seems easy enough. Clear DTCs. Now that we've sent the report, we have it all recorded. We'll see how it feels about that. Then we're going to bring up some VTec switch data. I'm going to run out and check the oil while this works, and we'll take a look at some of that. TPMS we can look at too, and I also want to take a very good look at the battery and battery cables, and maybe check the charging system, stuff like that. The oil is full, reasonably clean. Doesn't look brand new, but it's definitely not crazy old or anything. Battery's a year old, so let's put the voltmeter on it, see if it's charging, what it looks like voltage wise. Are those codes the problem, or just something that happened while someone was messing with it? Sometimes people get lights on the dash, they'll disconnect the battery and see if it puts them out, which doesn't work on a modern vehicle. The codes are stored in data. Even if you do clear the codes, it'll probably just put the light back on because something's wrong. Well, while you think about it, I'm going to go out here and look at my voltmeter I got plugged into my battery. Well, it's charging. Huh. Interesting. I was thinking maybe it was going to be at a 13.2 or something crazy like that. See what the computer thinks it's charging at. Please record or print information about your query. You haven't set any fault codes already? No. That's good. Let's bring up some data related to voltage and related to the VVT dealio. What do they call it? Man, this isn't the same vehicle that I put a assembly in one of these things because it had some weird cam VVT related codes, and Joe did one too. I hope this isn't one of the same ones. I'll bring up some data, we'll take a look, try to figure out what's wrong. I'm gonna look at the customer history real quick, see if something is going on with that. Closing on the end of the day real soon here, but we'll see what we can get set up for tomorrow. I've got my graphs up. Oil life 26%, I don't really need that one up. Battery voltage, VTec pressure switch, and solenoid. Got to bring it up. Oh, the ABS lights came right back, didn't they? Got to bring it up over about 3,000, 3,500 R. Nothing happens. Might have to take it down the road. Sometimes the car's got to be moving. A lot of these will switch when the engine art speed gets to a certain amount and it won't care. But just in case, that might be a good idea. I'm gonna look at the history next and then we'll revisit it. Someone's reset the time in the radio. Interesting. Any new codes? No. Let's go in the ABS and see what those codes are. They came right back. It doesn't even know it reset here in my tool yet. ABS turns off communication over 30 because it doesn't want you to hate yourself. Look at all them pesky lights. That's a nuisance. Brake light, traction. I know one thing, if you can't hook up the traction on this Honda Element, you got ice under you probably. Let's try a VTec test just to see for fun. Wrong condition. Okay, VTec test. Turn the ignition off. Turn the ignition on. Start the engine. Hold it above 3,000 RPM. Release the accelerator pedal. Last time I hit the gas just thinking it was not doing anything, so I hit the gas and I got mad and stopped the test. So we'll just wait. Well, I'll wait. On, off, on, off, on. Okay, I hear it clicking. So the other test, the VTec test, it just sits there forever. I can see the solenoid change state, but the oil pressure switch never changes state. I hope this isn't the same car. Maybe we got a defective part. I haven't gone to look at history yet. I was Trying to see if I could sort it out and then check the history to see if it's under warranty afterwards. But it's acting like it's got a bad VTec setup. I don't know if we put a Dorman part on there, if it is the one we worked on, or if it's a Honda part or what, but I'm gonna have to check some stuff out and see. But we're getting to the end of the day anyway, so the day in the life is coming to a close. Don't worry, still got life, just that we're done with work. It's a little after 5. Giuseppe and me are the only ones here right now. And we're gonna have to close the shop up, move a lot of cars in the back, so I'm gonna thank you guys for watching right now. Ask you to torque the like button before you head out, and say that I hope I see you in another video, because you're awesome.